Welcome, dear listeners. This is Meghan Don, author, mystic teacher, and your host for Soulful Thoughts from Ireland. In our last podcast, we had that wonderful interview with Michael Rogers on death and dying. As we are still close to that sacred time of celebrating death, I thought I would continue with a few other reflections based on this most adventurous and necessary theme. There is an old Irish saying, "The branch lives on the hedge, but the hand that planted it be dead." The branch lives on the hedge, but the hand that planted it be dead. One meaning of this saying is it reminds us of our mortality, yet our work lives on even after our physical presence is no longer here on earth. We also live on through memories, the memories that others carry of us and the ways we have affected them and places, hopefully in ways of goodness. When someone we know makes their death transition, we become filled with that person. Memories of the last moments we spent with them, how they laughed, how they dressed, what they cooked or created, stories they told. It is as if when they depart from this world, their life still lingers on through us and our storytelling. And it's interesting that we feel compelled to revisit the same stories again and again until there is a purging of our grief and a form of dying that also occurs through us. We have just celebrated Samhain and All Souls' Day. A number of us gathered together for a powerful online ritual where we invited our ancestors, family and friends, animals who have died, and all souls passing at this time, praying for their continued advancement and growth in the realms they are now in. But we also opened our hearts to receive their love flowing to us. And it was palpable, real, and much treasured. I have had my own family photos on my altar for quite a few days now, and even though feeling times of grief and missing them, I have more so felt a strong stream of loving consciousness and a sense of belonging coming from them to me. This sacred time, therefore, has turned into a time of celebration, receiving that love as fully as I can and letting it come deeply into my body. What a great gift it is for us to receive such love. I would invite you to spend time and open to receive the love of your family members who have died, remembering that their consciousness is far greater now, and that love flows so much easier from their being than when they were here on earth. I also attended a Samhain meditation evening in Glendalough, the magical place you have heard me mention a few times now. What was the overwhelming theme that emerged was the inability for families in the past to express their love to their children. And now those parents are long gone, and words of love were never said. But this night there was healing for many as they brought forth their stories. Stories of not only receiving the words of love from their parents, but also how they were unable to speak words of love to their parents. So a beautiful sense of opening to a reciprocity there. And what was even more poignant this night was a guest arrived to celebrate with us all, but an hour or two prior to the gathering, she took very ill and was transported away in an ambulance. We later learned that she died en route to the hospital. She was a friend of many there that night. And so the phone calls and the stories began. And clearly the abrupt and quick timing of her death was a shock for everyone. And so our death journey can call our name at any time. It is good to prepare now, as it will be a shock no matter when it calls. Because there is some part of our being who does not think that we're going to die. And rightly so. This is our eternal nature. And so it is that eternal nature that we need to connect with more and more each day, so that our death, our passing, will be seamless. So let us open our hearts to receive, to prepare, to love. And let yourself fall into these Gaelic words, which mean open my heart. Oscill me cree. 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 The branch lives on the hedge, but the hand that planted it be dead. What symbolic hedge will we plant in life? What is of the most heartfelt importance for you at this time? For me, as I work with souls in transition from this physical life into the other realms, I see many who are confused, disoriented, not knowing they have died, and are in need of dire assistance. And it is a simple, loving work once we attune ourselves to that inner dimensional space. And it is always such a great joy to see these souls released and be able to move onwards with their journey. I hope too that my hedge will continue to grow as I also teach others to do this work. And to do this work, we simply need to open our heart and be willing. If we feel the call to come deeper into our life, we will come deeper into our death, and the journey will flow so much easier. Oscill me cree. Oscill me cree. Oscill me cree. or skill may create. And if you would like to join me in the current life and death explorations, please do go to my website, meghandawn.life, for more details. We have just begun part 1, letting go into love. And so you are welcome to join us at any time, either live or through the recordings. And something new, if you are enjoying these podcasts, we would appreciate your support and donations. Again, see my website where a donate button will be appearing soon, or also you can donate on my church community website at thesanctuaryofsophia.life. thesanctuaryofsophia.life. We thank you for your generosity in this way. And please, please do tune in for the next podcast, as Andrew Harvey and I will be in conversation. Now, many of you know Andrew, and he is a great and wise, passionate mystic. Definitely a podcast conversation not to miss. So meanwhile, open your heart. Receive the love of your ancestors, your family, and your friends. Slán.